What's up, gamers? And today was the version 1.1 live stream for Zenless Zone Zero. Well, I don't really think it's a live stream. It's more of a 15-minute video they posted about everything coming on 1.1, which I'm fine with, by the way. It's a lot quicker to watch. I don't have to watch a whole hour-long live stream. It's kind of compressed down into one thing. We're also getting a free temple. Hey, yo! But let's be honest, this is kind of a standard now for any game, I think. I think if you don't give a free temple every single patch, then you're fucked, buddy. You're about to lose your whole audience, I think. Anyways, that should be a standard now. I think we should know that from HSR. 10 pull every patch should be a standard now, right? So anyways, gamers, let's go ahead and hop into the first version update for the best gacha game on the market right now. Better than Wuthering Waves, better than Genshin Impact, better than Honkai Star Rail, even better than Love and Deep Space. Oh, man. They've been beaten this month, but surely next month they won't. Because we all know that the revenue means everything for a game, and if you have higher revenue, you are a better game. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop into everything that we got. First of all, Jane, hey, yo! Oh my god, them cheeks are cheeking, gamers. You know, guys, they might add these childlike characters in the game, but god damn, when they had a woman in the game, oh my god! They have some... guys, I'm sure you see, I'm going to throw it up on screen. I'm sure you see what I'm talking about, okay? First of all, Jane Doe coming to the game. Secondly, we're getting Qingyi added to the game, which looks like a little girl. I'm not really vibing with it. And then thirdly, we're getting a cat boy added to the game, which I don't really mesh well with as well. But hey, we're getting into the banners a little bit later on to the video. But first of all, we're getting Qingyi, guys. She's going to be an electro stunner type of unit, meaning she's going to be able to put on a team with your Zhu Yuan. She's going to be able to put on a team with the cat boy as well to make a full NEPS, or I guess police officer squadron here. They all going to kind of play together. I mean, you have two electro types. He's also electro type as well. Spoiler warning! This kind of builds out a full team for her just because of the fact that she's going to be a stunner type character, which the only other stunner characters we have in the game right now are Anby, Lycon, and Coletta as well. So this is going to be our first featured, or I guess signature stun type character, and it looks like she does her job quite nice. Her gameplay and actual combat looks pretty fun to play with, I'm not going to lie. It does look very similar to how Zhu Yuan actually plays, so I think that's the kind of theme of combat they're taking for her, but her being a stunner character is going to be really nice for teams with her, just because of the fact that now you have a stunner that pairs up with her very nicely, and then if you want to run a Nicole as well for that defense shred, then you can throw Nicole in the team as well, and that also works. Because I think we should hop into phase 2 now, which is going to be our Jane Doe. Yippee! I cannot wait for Jane Doe. She has a fat, thick katukus, and yeah, that she just looks kind of hot. And if I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, her gameplay, it honestly doesn't look that fun to me, honestly. To me, it looks kind of bland. It looks like a blend between, like, Nekomata's gameplay and also Lycon's gameplay. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to describe it. But, like, it doesn't look as fun and as flashy as Qingyu's combat. I could be wrong on that, and there could be more intricacies with it, but intricacies only matter if the gameplay gets harder, which we'll talk about later in the video. Now, let's go ahead and talk about our cat boy. He's a electro-type defensive unit. I really don't think he's necessary right now with the current difficulty of the game going off of 1.0's difficulty. I really don't think that you need a shielder on your team unless you play on mobile. I think he'll be a great pickup for you if you're actually playing on mobile, and the reason I think this is because the game is actually harder to play on mobile. I play on mobile quite a bit, actually. I think that's my main way of playing the game right now, and I end up getting slapped up and clapped up by a lot of these bosses and things because of the fact that I can't hit the buttons fast enough. My old man fingers can't do what it needs to do. It's not like a keyboard and mouse, okay? Maybe for mobile, he'll be a good pickup for you, but the good thing about him, right? The good thing about him is if you pull on Jane Doe, you'll be getting him because he is on the same banner as Jane Doe. Qingyi's banner, we don't know what characters are on that banner yet, but I do know for a fact that the cat boy is on Jane Doe's banner. And something else that I want to add on to this as well as far as the banners go, it looks like, I could be wrong on this, they could just be doing it for the new characters, but it looks like all of the W drive banners give you the signature A rank W drives for whatever 4-star is on that banner as well. It also shows in the live stream that we're going to be getting his 4-star signature W drive on Jane Doe's W drive banner, so that means we're going to get hers as the S rank, and he'll be one of the A ranks that are on that banner as well, which is really cool to see actually, because this means that we have a chance now to get the best in slot non 5-star like W drives for our A rank characters, which I think is just really nice. So it's not like HSR when you see the light commenters, man, all of these are god awful and don't work at all. It seems like what they're doing is giving you the best in slots on the W drive banner to give you more in incentive to summon on it. It's kind of weird to say this, but I think the weapon banners in like Koyoverse games are slowly, progressively getting better, right? Like, I think they got better from Genshin to HSR, and then I think they got better from HSR to this as well, right? So I think they're constantly getting better, right? Now, are they on the level of Wuthering Waves? Absolutely not. I would love to have a 100% drop rate for our W engines, okay? I keep calling them W drives for some reason. Don't worry about me. I think we should have a 100% drop rate. I think that would be the peak of like weapons and stuff, because you're already having to go out of your way to summon for those anyways, because we mainly want the characters. I'm fine with a 50-50 on a character. I think a 75-25 is a slap in the face, especially when you lose that 75 like me. That feels like shit. But I kind of want to hop off the characters now and talk about everything else. But I do want to talk about one thing with Jane Doe. It looks like, first of all, we'll be able to use her walking through the city and stuff. So if you get her, this will be the first character, I guess, you can play as walking through the city. Or maybe it's just for the story event. I'm not sure on that. But they said they would be introducing this in the future for other characters, so you can walk through the city with the other characters, which I think is really, really nice, because goddamn, I want to walk through the city with my Zhu Yuan, okay? That's what I want to do, okay? And maybe my Jane Doe too. I want to walk through the city with both of them to see their booty cheeks jiggle. Anyways, another thing with Jane Doe is we're getting a fight with Jane Doe, it looked like. Like, it showed a clip of a fight between the Catboy and Jane Doe, like actual in-game fight, and I have some thoughts on this fight. Because this fight, it doesn't look very good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know why they showed us this footage. Like, if this footage is really not indicative of the final product, but it didn't look good, okay? She did 2 attacks. First of all, the first attack almost missed. The second attack did miss. The guy had to run into her to get hit by the attack. Second off, after she did the second attack, she just kind of stood there like this. Now, I don't know if that's maybe something trying to transition into a cutscene or something, but I don't think that if that was how it actually was supposed to look, they should have put that in the game. They should not have put that in the trailer right there, okay? That looked kind of veg to me. That we'll talk about the combat later on in the video, but that just kind of threw me off. It threw me for a loop. It doesn't look like there's any improvement to the combat just from looking at that alone. Because who the fuck is running into an attack purposely, right? She just kind of went to the right of the guy. Anyways, you'll see the clip on the screen. But now let's go ahead and hop into these events. First of the events they mentioned was Reap mode. I think that's the name of it. But basically, this is going to be a mode with no TVs, just pure combat. Thank God. Thank God. I think TVs are good in certain circumstances. I do not think they should be in the game for the main majority of the game. I think that the TV should be reserved for puzzles and minigame type things, right? I do not think that those should be integrated into the story. Like I said in a previous video, I think like the exploration mode, or like when you're going to solve puzzles and stuff like that, that's where TV should be. I think that's a great place for TVs. And I also think TVs can take pretty good use of like minigames as well. You can implement a lot of minigames into the TV system, and I think that does work. Also with Hollow Zero, I think it does work well with a roguelite setting as well, but not with a story. So hopefully they tone down on that a lot for the story mode this patch, which I don't know if they actually will, but this new event definitely does. Now, I will say, with this event, you are going to have to beat all of your Hollow Zero. Like, you're going to have to get to the very end of it, and then you're going to have to beat that mission as well, so then you can go on to play this event. So, make sure you're going through your Hollow Zero. You're going to have to juice up your account level in this game. I can't think of the name of it right now, but you're going to have to juice up that level so you can actually get to the final stages. Go ahead and beat the story as well, because you're probably going to have to do that to get there. But overall, this event did look kind of fun because it's fully combat oriented. Now, it won't be as fun if they haven't increased the difficulty. We'll say that. Really needs a difficulty increase in the game. Number 2, we're going to get a TV event, the Golden Week event, and from the looks of this one, guys, it looks like this one's actually pretty solid to use TVs for, because you actually have mini games with the TVs. And like I said before, I think if we have events with TVs that are like mini games and not like having to go to combat and stuff like that, maybe there's combat in there somewhere, but if the main focus of the event is a mini game and like the main focus of the TV is doing a mini game, I think that is absolutely fine. I think that is the best way the TV system can be used. Fuck going through like any type of story-esque thing and waiting for dialogue through a TV system. It's just really sleepy, really dumb. But I think using this for events and puzzles and minigames is really, really nice. So this event to me gets a W in my book. Looks pretty fun. We'll get some cool rewards for it as well. The other events in here look like minigames as well. We'll be able to open up a secondary shop, it looks like, for our record shop. It's going to be another minigame as well, so that's fine as well. As long as the minigames don't take that much time away for you for the content they do provide, that's fine with me. If I can just get in there, you know, do the click, 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 and then it's done, I'm like, yeah! yay, event's done. Less time that I have to spend in the game. Amazing. And then the final event, guys, is kind of like that games where you have to check people's profiles, match it up to them, be like, hey, send the police on this person or let this person into the city. It kind of works like that. So very similar to that with the next mini game. I think this is probably going to be kind of sleeper. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think it'll be fun for the first few attempts, and then after that it gets pretty sleeper. Maybe it changes, maybe there's more intricacies with it, but just looking at it on the surface for what it is, it does not look that in-depth or that fun to do overall. Also getting an event for our camera as well by taking pictures of certain things, and now we can also turn the camera around on ourselves and do poses and filters. We're also going to be getting 10 free Boopons and 10 free signature summons, so I think that's pretty much a staple now for any Hoyoverse game, or that's been a staple since HSR came out, so free temple, really, really nice. And at the very, very end, guys, they left a letter for all proxies, basically saying that they're listening to our advice, they're trying to improve the game. It takes a lot of time to do this stuff, and they won't let us down. Now, I think if this version does show improvements, that's a good sign. If this version does not actually show improvements, that is not fine, right? They need to be actively changing stuff in the game for this message to really be true. Like, there has to be actual change in the game. Even if it's a minuscule change, there has to be some step forward, right? I don't know about the bureaucratic process for Hoyoverse and how hard it is to actually get stuff changed and get funding to change stuff, but I think that we should see something change, right? Like, I think the combat would not be hard to change at all. I think you could probably go into the code and increase the amount of frequency of attacks that a person does, right? Or increase how much a person moves, right? I think that that could be added into the game. I think combat related stuff could very easily be added into the game. I don't think that's very hard. Now, if you're adding new moves into the game for these people to use, then sure, that's probably harder because then you have to animate a whole new moveset. You have to code that in, but I think if we just turn up the frequency of attacks, maybe tune up the damage a little bit, I think that'll be absolutely amazing. Anyways, guys, what do you guys think on this 1.1 live stream, or I guess premiere video, whatever it's called? Are you guys ready for 1.1 Zenless Zone Zero? I know I am. I can't wait. But yeah, guys, hopefully we see improvements. If we don't, then L-Mans, I guess. Maybe it'll still be the best gacha game in the world. I don't know. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoy. Bye!